In this episode of Duke's Stories, I'll be sharing with you 2 stories of Duke as a puppy. The first one is called Sleepover with the Twins. When Duke was 7 months old, his previous owner asked me if I could take him for the night. She was going to be working an overnight shift and wouldn't be home to look after him, and thought he would be better off with me watching over him. I gladly said yes because it meant playtime for Sam and Duke. Little did I know what I was getting myself into. My mother wasn't too happy with the idea at all. It was bad enough with Sam loose in the house. She did not want 2 dogs running all over the place. So to compromise, I agreed to remain in the kitchen with the twins. I had their harnesses on and their leashes were attached to my wrist. Why I thought this was a good idea at the time, I'll never know. It honestly turned out to be the worst idea I ever had. Now that I was attached to the twins, I ended up having to sleep on the kitchen floor next to Sam and Duke. I wasn't about to let those 2 rambunctious, destructive little puppies anywhere near my bed. We already destroyed boxes. I didn't need them destroying my blankets. And let me tell you, this was not easy or fun. Every hour, on the hour, I was woken up by either Sam or Duke licking my face. They also moved around so much, which woke me up when my arm was moved all around. And don't get me started on trying to go to the bathroom while you have 2 rambunctious puppies attached to you and the power goes out for no reason. Seeing 2 pairs of shiny eyes staring at you is quite unnerving to say the least, especially in the pitch dark, and you would have sworn they were sleeping where you left them for what you thought would be only a minute. To top it all off, that floor was not comfortable at all. My back was hurting so much, and my arm that was attached to the twins was completely numb. I had never been so lonely from my own bed in my entire life. And I had stayed at other people's houses before. Trust me, this was worse. By the time morning finally came around, I had only gotten maybe 3 hours of sleep in total, if that. It was not a fun night for me at all. After this, I can absolutely assure you of one thing. The next time I have a doggy sleepover, if at all, I will not be spending the night in the kitchen with them. I will make sure to have enough baby gates so they won't roam the house and get into trouble, and I will definitely be sleeping in my own bed for sure. The second story is called Duke and the Fleece Coat. When I first started puppy sitting Duke, he was around 8 weeks old. It was the end of January 2016, middle of winter, and poor little Duke was always shivering. Being the runt of his litter did not help things either, since he was so tiny and felt the cold worst of all. He had essentially been born at a bad time of the year. He and his brother Sam would try to play outside when I'd bring Duke over, even though it was cold. I'd lay warm blankets down for them so they weren't laying on the cold ground. I thought they could lay on the blankets as they played. Sadly, Duke was always too cold to play and ended up snuggling close to his brother for warmth. Sometimes, Sam would jump into my lap and try to sleep on cold days. Of course, Duke wanted to be there too, just so he could stay warm. There just wasn't enough room for both of them. That's when my mom, Duke's future grandma, came up with the idea to put Duke under her big fleece coat to help keep him warm. And what a great idea it was. Duke spent quite a bit of time snuggled inside his grandma's big coat while Sam slept on me. For the duration of their afternoon nap, around 3 hours, Duke would happily sleep wrapped up in her warm coat. Sometimes, Duke's previous owner would come over on her rare afternoons off and check up on Duke. She couldn't help but smile at just how well we were taking care of him. It didn't hurt that it was a rather cute scene either. When I'd bring Duke home, I'd make sure he had plenty of warm blankets in his doghouse on which he could sleep. Now that he lives with me, he doesn't have to worry about ever being cold again. He is always warm, safe, and happy as he was meant to be. If you enjoyed our video, let us know what your favorite part was in the comments below. For more Sweet Little Duke, check out this playlist right over here, and don't forget to drop us a like, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell to be notified when we put out a brand new video. We post Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time and would love to have you as part of our YouTube troupe. Thanks for watching. Later!